Looking into air quality at subway stations, specifically underground.
And depending on where you catch the train, the location could have an impact on the amount of pollutants in the air. Pix 11's Kirsten Cole has more from Midtown Manhattan.
And this study finding that it really depends which stations you use for your commute. Some of them have this particulate matter, which is dangerous. That is up to 130 times higher than at other stations. The danger comes that it can lead to lung and heart disease and even a risk of premature death because you're being exposed to these very fine particles that can lodge in your lungs and cause extreme health damage. The study done by the NYU Grossman School of Medicine, they collected 100 air samples across 54 stations last year and shared their findings in order to make stations safer for riders and MTA workers. They found at its worst, air quality was compatible to breathing in smoke from a forest fire or matter around a building demolition. Some of those stations having extremely high levels, most of them being those where a train is emerging underneath a river crossing. They took the samples during rush hour at 54 stations, including PATH stations in Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, and New Jersey. They found toxins like iron and carbon, which comes off of subway wheels, can get trapped as trains pass under the river. Since there's no air exchange in that part of the system, they're then forced out as it emerges, linked to serious health problems, including asthma, lung cancer, and heart disease. That's according to the State Department of Health. And the study showed that these pollutant levels that were measured exceeded the daily exposure limit advised by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. It mirrors findings found in previous studies done by NYU Medical in both 2014 and 2021. Here are the worst stations of all. The B&Q line at 7th Avenue, the A&C at High Street, as well as Fulton Street, the F at York Street, the 4 and 5 at Borough Hall and Bowling Green, the R at Lexington Avenue and 59th, as well as the E at Lex and 53rd, and the PATH at Christopher Street. The urging is that the MTA clean those walls and floors more often, and also the advisement, commuters wear masks. It keeps out COVID and viruses, as well as that particulate matter. We're at 53rd and Lexington Avenue. I'm Kirsten Cole, Pix 11 News.